So on my work table here, I have a bunch of must-have necessities I call peripherals for auto detailing, and I'm going to pick up each one and I'm going to briefly describe how I use them, what they're used for, and this is pretty much running a gamut of everything that I have here. So we're going to start over on the right-hand side of the table. I highly suggest you guys got to get a real power washer gun. MTM Hydro, the company that makes what I feel the best foam cannon. They also make some of the best power washer accessories. Stainless steel, quick disconnects, stainless steel fittings here. This is just a home run. You guys got to get a good power washer gun. Don't get the cheap ones. The cheap ones leak, they break, they especially separate from over here. These things are great. I dropped this thing for year after year and it still works. I actually got an extra one in stock and I never even used it. Moving right along here, everybody's got their preference for tire brushes. I like this one because of the curvature, and I specifically bought this tire brush. This is from the Detailer's Choice, and I bought it for cleaning white walls on vintage cars that I've owned over the years. So it's got really good grip. I drilled a larger hole here so I could put it on my wall rack, and you'll see that in the next portion of the video. And it just works really, really great. Whatever, if you want to use a degreaser, or you want to use, you know, if you guys are going to buy the autofanatic wheel cleaning foam the tire, go over it with the brush like I show you in my demos, and you're good to go. Same thing here. If you got a SUV, truck, or a hard to clean wheel, you want to get a soft bristle brush. Short handle, it's just easier to go in there. But for the most part, if you don't use the autofanatic wheel cleaner, you're gonna have to scrub. But with my wheel cleaner, it's pretty much gonna be a touchless system if you follow the instructions and you take care of your car regularly like I suggest on my channel. Moving along here, we got some vacuum attachments. This is the standard wedge attachment. I sand and polish this so I could go over leather, microfiber. There's no scratching, there's no issues of damaging the surface. This is a tool that I use in all my interior detailing videos, where I adapted the tapered nozzle to the short brush, and this is what I use to get all the dust out of the air vents around the navigation system, gauges, steering wheel buttons, all that good stuff. Because if you try to brush it all out, you're just going to resettle that dust elsewhere in the cabin as soon as everything calms down. So if you have stubborn dust that you can't get to, use the longer detailing brushes like I got here. These are from Autofox. These are natural boar's hair brushes. So you'll agitate the dust out of your interior, and you'll chase what you're doing simultaneously with the vac and this brush. So you have soft bristles on both ends. You're not going to cause any scratching and whatsoever. So this is definitely a must-have, the micro shop vac attach. Over here, the wheel woolly kits. These are a must-have to clean your wheels, especially if you have gloss black wheels. I don't care what kind of coating you have on them. I prefer you guys to use something like this with a microfiber mitt to go through your wheels. This is great to go into intricate spokes. If you have like a BBS mesh pattern, this is the tool to have. Don't go crazy with your fingers or other kind of tools. This smaller one, the medium one here, this one's great to go into the barrel. I actually have an extension that I attach to here to go into deeper barrel rims. I have another car that has a 13.5-inch wide rim, and this is great for an SUV, Cadillac Escalade, GMC, Yukon, whatever. So you could kind of go in there. So cars with big brakes, you're pretty much going to use these two. Conventional cars that don't have big brakes, you're going to pretty much use this one. It really doesn't matter, but you've got to get a set of these. I don't care what vendor you buy them from, but they're a must-have. This is also another natural boar's hair bristle brush. I use this to do interior detailing, also spot cleaning of embroidery on carpets. I use this brush because it's a little bit stiffer than these other ones. And I also use brushes like this to do engine bay detailing and decreasing under the hoods of vintage cars and whatnot. So this is definitely a must-have as well. If you guys probably saw my recent video, the rubber eraser, pick one of these things up. It's cheap. Throw it in your toolbox to take wax residue if you're working on your car or a customer's car. If you're a mobile detailer, this is a smart trick to have. Also have some solvent along with you just in case, but this works 90% of the time. Over here we got some touch-up paint, easy dabbers. I use these things for various reasons. Sometimes I cut the tips off and I used a very fine point to get in there and detail if there's any wax residue or compound on a car that I'm working on, or even to get into detailing brake calipers or any kind of fine details. These things are great. Just have these things in your bin at all times. Another thing I want to show you guys too, I got probably about 50 of these things in my toolbox, various plastic nylon wedges. The reason I think these are a must-have is when you're working on cars, let's say you're waxing the car or compounding it or doing a paint correction, you may get some compound on the back side of the door where you can't necessarily get to it. So what you do is you take a cheap microfiber and then you wrap it over like that, open up the door, and you just go up and down, and now you pretty much did the job that you couldn't do conventionally. So these are great to have if you get a little sloppy with what you're doing, or if you're working on a car that was done by another shop and they were really sloppy with the wax application. This is definitely a must-have to go after your work and kind of get everything out of the little crevices. So this would be all for crevice and little debris removal. Lint roller, you can pick these things up, laundromat, online, Amazon. This is just a must-have before you deliver a car. Get all the dust and lint off the carpets before you put them back in. This is an outstanding final finish for Alcantara microfiber on interiors of cars. Use it on Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, my GT350. This thing is worth its weight in gold. These are the Chemical Guys gallon pumps. A lot of you guys on my channel have been seeing these things for months, but some of you guys don't read the descriptions. I get these things on Amazon. I buy 3 packs or 12 packs. These are 1/4 inch vacuum caps. You pop the cap off, put it back on. When you're done with the pump, it doesn't leak, will not leak all over your garage or your cabinets. You guys got to get these pumps. Go on Amazon. Everything's going to be linked up in the description of this video. This is a windshield and rear window extension arm kit. So what I did here, because I lost the original mitt that went with it, I just took another microfiber mitt, popped a hole in it, secured it with a little cable tie right here, and this will probably help you get some more leverage to clean your windshield on the interior of the car, especially on like the 2015 Plus Mustang. The back window is a bitch to get to. This thing is really helpful if you don't have long arms. You may not even think this is worth having, but this is a made in USA window cleaning squeegee. Believe it or not, I went to 7 different stores in New York and I could not find this. Not one auto parts store, not one industrial supply house had this in stock. I actually had to order this on Amazon, and I had to clean the windows of my showroom. The window washing guy never showed up, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to use my sprayer. I brought my Sure Shot sprayer and my Solo sprayer, and we cleaned the windows ourselves using this. But this is great to have if you want to just clean your exterior windows, in between rainstorms, snow, all that good stuff. This is worth having, and pick up a good one. It's made in America. Don't get the cheap stuff. Over here we got some microfiber wax pads. I use these to use compounds and cleaner polishes, specifically just for that. I also use this with the Mother's mag and wheel polish and the Glip Tone polishes to do metal. This seems to work the best. I don't use foam because those are solvent-based products and they tend to deteriorate and ruin the foam, and then as you're working it, it'll start breaking up onto the finish. So this is what you want to use for metal polishing and for compound if you're going to get some scuffs and scratches on the bottom of your car. The red pads here, these are from Griot's Garage. These are a little denser. These are great to do, if you want to do the Colonite 915 applications, but these also work great with their Best of Show system, glazes, any kind of polishes. These things are great. My wax pad of choice are the Meguiar's yellow ones. I buy these at the Auto Body Supply Shop. They're softer, they're easier for me to manipulate and kind of get into contours and undercuts of the bodies. I really like these a lot. These are also a must-have in your detailing bin. Now, some guys are really, preferring these things, with this pattern. To be honest with you, these are fine. I tried it a few times, as you can see. I don't really use it much anymore. I just don't like the feel of having my hand on it. Like, my hand is not large enough to really get comfortable around it, and ergonomically I don't like the feel of this. I prefer the simple feel of this, where I could hold it with my fingers, whereas this, you have to kind of grip it like you're gripping a baseball. So it's a matter of preference. These are worth picking up. This is very heavy duty. Chemical Guys, Adams, Griot's, they all pretty much make these and sell these. This is a really cool thing to have, the Maxion LED light. I actually got this for Christmas and I've been using this thing like every day. It's fully rechargeable. It's made in Canada and it's super bright. This is great because it's easy to hold, as I'm showing you here. Okay, so if you're doing paint correction on a car, you can pretty much hold it above your surface. You could set it up on a tripod. I got 3 of them with the tripod and I use it for those applications. The battery power will probably last you hours. So this LED light is definitely a must-have. I don't really like the ones that go in your head. They make you sweat. They're just not bright enough. This thing will last you hours. I've actually had all 3 of mine running for 6 hours straight when I was changing the transmission and the clutch on one of my cars. So these things are great if you're going to work on your car to do oil changes, service work. Throw 1 or 2 of these under your car. It's going to light it up. It's going to be great. You're not going to worry about held-in flashlights, and the battery power lasts so damn long. This is well worth its weight in its investment. So the last few things I'm going to show you guys, these are some microfiber mitts. This is the one you put your hand in it and you can use your conventional wash bucket. So these are sold by Chemical Guys, Adams, Griot's. These are microfiber tendrils. this is fine. I use this sometimes when I'm doing wheels. Now, a lot of guys are going crazy because I use the Wanker Fiber wash mop kit that I modified, but see, side by side, it's the same material, same product, just I'm using it on a pole with a modified base with neoprene rubber because I can't bend repetitively over and over. I have lower lumbar issues from multiple car crashes and injuries. So I modified this to work for my needs. I made hundreds of these modified wash mop kits and sold them to people all over the world, from Australia, Singapore, Europe, Canada, everywhere. And the feedback is phenomenal. So if you guys want to work smarter and not harder, really consider about picking up a wash mop kit, modifying it, seeing what's on the market that you like, make it your own, make it work for your needs like I did, and it's gonna make your life a hell of a lot easier. And like I said, here's the refill for the wash mop. It's very simple. You just throw the modified base in there and it locks in with Velcro. Then when you're done, I power wash it and I squeegee it out with my hands, and then I hang it up on my rack for the next time I use it. But believe it or not, I don't use the wash mop on a regular basis because the Colonite 915 is the first line of defense, and I wash my car 4 to 5 times a week, and I don't ever let it get that dirty that I'm gonna have to scrub it and agitate it. I only use the wash mop kit after I drive my car in the rain for several days or multiple days where we have bad weather. Everything tends to stick to the paint and it needs a little bit of agitation at a power washer and a foam bath, and a maintenance wash is not gonna get it off. So these are the must-haves I feel for auto detailing. You know, very simple tools, simple things that some of you guys may or may not have, but I think you really need to consider some of them and add them to your detailing arsenal, because they're all problem solvers. They all do a certain purpose, and some of them do multiple tasks, and they're gonna make your life a hell of a lot easier, because they make my life a hell of a lot easier. So stay tuned for the next portion of the video, and we're gonna wrap this up. You're gonna see the remaining stuff that I use to detail cars. All right, guys, so I got my sprayers thrown out on the table, and we're going to start with the fanciest one here is the Sure Shot sprayer. You charge this with an air compressor, anodized aluminum body. These things are great. You can adjust the fan pattern through the nozzle here. These are a little expensive, but they go on sale on Amazon. So these things are great to do rinseless washes, wheel cleaners, spray glazes, whatever you guys want to do. This is my solo sprayer. Just pump it up. These things are great. It's got a lock trigger, articulating nozzle right there. All of these spray bottles here, these are from Chemical Guys. These are the acid and chemical resistant professional trigger sprayers. These are the 16 ounce, 32 ounce. These things are great. So if you have anything in a gallon, use the gallon pumps, pump them into here. Ergonomically, these are really easy to hold. You can actually clip this onto your pocket while you're walking around your car. Made in Taiwan, not China. These things are great. I've had these things for years. I mean, Zepp professional sprayers. You pick these up at the Home Depot, pick them up online. They're $3 or $4 a pop, and you can't go wrong. So like I said, if you're gonna do larger projects or if you're gonna go mobile detailing, this is probably what you're gonna probably want in your rig, because they're easily replaceable. I have yet to break one of these as well, and I've been using Zepp professional sprayers for over 20 years. Over here we have a small 1.5 liter Griot's Garage professional foamer. Like I said, a lot of guys were asking about using these little guys to do the wheel cleaner that I'm coming out with. I don't recommend it. Too much pumping. But if you're going to do something small, like degreasing your engine, do something like that, or you want to foam up your wheels and you don't mind pumping this is also great to have. I have it on hand. I use it sometimes to do some rinseless washing and also engine compartment cleaning. So these are the sprayers that I have. Nothing too elaborate, nothing too crazy. And the one other addition I have to show you guys, which I think falls into this category, 2 other things I'll show you, is the MTM PF22 professional foam cannon. This is what I use. Forget about that cheap stuff that you're gonna get on Amazon. Those things suck. They leak everywhere. This is the high quality Gilmore foam gun. I've had this thing forever. You see my video, go back on my channel, you watch the video on this. I do some testing with the snow foam and Mastersons and all the other good stuff. This is great to have on hand if you want to do your wash early in the morning or later in the day. You don't want to fire up your power washer, or you don't want to pull the power washer out, or you just want to do a maintenance wash. So everything here, this is for atomization, spraying, and foaming, and this is what I found that seems to work for me. Is affordable. You guys should pick it up. It's going to last you forever. No questions asked. Mark my words. Stay tuned for the rest of the video. All right, guys, I forgot to even show you the IK9 professional foamer. This is going to be the foamer that we're going to be pairing up with the autofanatic wheel cleaner, like I showed you. I did a separate video on foamers. You guys can send me an email, and I possibly will send you a private link. This is the detachable wand. and this is how you get into the barrel of the rims and go all the way in there around the brake calipers, and you get a full, super clean job doing your rims. It's easy to carry, like I'll show you here. No issues with that. It's portable, it's got its own drain, it's got its own pressure relief valve, so you can't overcharge it. And so far, so good. This is a good unit. A lot of guys are using these things online to do all sorts of things, and I highly recommend this, and this is the one that's going to be on my website very soon, the IK9 Professional Foamer. So just wanted to show you guys, this is another item that I'm using on a regular basis right now. Alright guys, I'm just going to show you my wash buckets. I don't use conventional round buckets to do my washes. I use these two rectangle Rubbermaid industrial buckets that I join together. I use the Meguiar's yellow grit guards that fit inside, as you guys can see. And what I do here, I drill the hole, use a 3/8 stainless steel screw and a lock nut, and I machined a aluminum spacer, so we join them together here. And we have some stainless steel angle iron straps that are connecting the two bases together, so it's basically a mobile cart, as you guys can see. And then with the wash mop, like I'll show you, you pretty much could manipulate the bucket all the way around the car with little to no effort. You don't have to kick it, you don't have to lift it, and it just seems to work a hell of a lot better. It's more efficient. You could do a setup like this with, if you could find these buckets, Home Depot. A couple of subscribers says they found them at Home Depot across the US. So double check if you can find them. You can't find these online, but you could actually pair two Griot's Garage buckets or two industrial Rubbermaid wash buckets. You could look those up. Uline.com sells them. Amazon sells them, vice versa. They're expensive, but I've had these for well over 10 years. Left them outside all weather, winter, ice, snow, no issues, no cracks whatsoever. So for the wheels, I use the smaller 3-gallon buckets. The reason I use the smaller one, A, it's lighter. B, I color coordinate, so I designate black for just the wheels and any kind of engine cleaning or any kind of, you know, real nasty stuff, so I use that. Also, I have a Meguiar's yellow grit guard in there as well. You could get a mobile dolly for this, but to be honest with you, I fill it up usually halfway with water. This is pretty easy to lug around the car, and when I'm on my creeper seat, I pretty much have this on my side. I throw my wheel woolies in there or a mitt, and then I pretty much go around the car and it's done. So this is the autofanatic wash buckets for the car wash and for the mitts of the wheels. So here you go. See if you can find these things online. These I get off Amazon. Remember, 3-gallon bucket's a hell of a lot lighter than carrying a 5-gallon bucket of water. There's really no need to use up all that water just to do your wheels. All right, guys, this is the power washing portion of the video. If you guys saw my video since I started, I was addicted to using the electric start Ryobi power washer with the Subaru motor. I absolutely love it. I still miss it because I miss the power, but I can't take the noise. The neighbors can't take the noise. They passed a new law, so I was forced to switch to electric, and I went with the Kranza 1322 just because I like the smaller self-contained unit, the auto on and off. And if you guys saw my channel, I made a cool mobile cart for it and a cord holder. So this thing is great. Pick this up from Matt at Obsessed Garage. If you guys want them, go place your pre-orders. He's selling out of these things like crazy, and AutoFanatic is going to be making the mobile carts and the cord holders for Obsessed Garage. So stay tuned. If you guys want them, check obsessedgarage.com, and you'll probably see them on the store. This is the Mosmatic wand. I use the green nozzle for most of my work. Got all stainless quick connects on the SG28 MTM. This is my PF22 MTM foam cannon. And then I got my 50-foot Uberflex hose, nothing fancy. You know, I got my brass quick disconnects on everything, and the stuff just works. So, you know, nothing crazy here. This is everything that I'm using on a regular basis, and since I'm using the 1322, my car washing has been more therapeutic, and I'm able to do it early in the morning and late at night, no questions asked. So look into picking up a 1322. It takes up no space. With the mobile cart, you can wheel it around like I show you here on my work table. It's just a game changer. The only thing I changed on here, I put a 90-degree elbow to connect the hose. Just made it a little bit easier for me, so both of them are on the same plane for the pressure hose and the water supply. So you can pick these things up for like 15 bucks. They come in a pair. Get them at Lowe's or get them on Amazon. So that's it. As this is the storage portion of how I keep my detailing products that I'm using on a regular basis. Up on the wall, these are the Prairie View Industries aluminum wall shelves that hold the gallons. Go back on my channel, you'll see the video on that. Get these things on Amazon. They're bolted side by side along the wall. So we have two 4-gallon holders on the wall, and then we have the 16-ounce and 32-ounce bottles on the left. Below the rack, I have a wall mounting system with these hooks. I actually unbolted this to show you guys. You can pick these up at Lowe's. Gladiator Garage Works make them. A company called Cobalt. Various different companies make these. And you just drill some holes, screw it into your wall brace, and you can hang your brushes, your hoses, and everything in between, like I'll show you. So on the wall we got industrial extension cord, got my wheel cleaning brushes, carpet cleaning brushes, my Uberflex power washer hose, my Gilmore foam cannon, the MTM foam cannon. And on the left, we have the rapid reel hose reel. Let me just move the camera around and I'll show you that, guys. So over on the left of the garage, I have a 100-foot, 3/4 inch ID garden hose. We have the Gilmore foam cannon nozzle, and I have all brass quick disconnects, so I could switch between connecting to the power washer or connecting directly to some other peripheral that I have in the garage. These things are great. Rapid reel, made in America, all aluminum. They have a click mechanism that it stops it. This thing is some of the best 160 bucks you'll spend for your garden hose. Forget about those cheap plastic ones with the plastic wheels. Rapid reel, this is the one you got to get. I've had this reel for about 12 years right now, and it's bulletproof. No rust, no issues, no problems like that whatsoever. I'll move closer here, and you guys could see, you know, I got all my 16-ounce bottles. Got Malco Red Thunder, VO7, Best of Show Spray Wax, Glass Cleaner, Interior Cleaner, and vice versa. We got all my gallons up here with my gallon pumps, like I showed you in my videos. And this just gives you a really clean storage solution, because if you were to put these gallons with the pumps in a cabinet, you're going to take up a lot of space. You're not going to be able to use your shelves. So I like this. It's on the left side of the garage where the water supply is. Keeps it out of the way. The rest of my garage is dedicated to all my equipment, tools, and fabrication stuff. But like I said, this is the stuff that I'm accessing regularly. I have a bin on the other side of the garage, actually 2 wall cabinets that have my microfiber towels, buffing pads, all that other good stuff, clays, polishes, and whatsoever. But I'm not using that stuff regularly. These items here have to be quickly accessible, easy to put away, and out of my sight when I'm not needing them. So this just works out. Over here, I keep my solo sprayer. These things are great. You got to get one of these. You know, more spray bottles that I use as I need them. But this is pretty much my quick, simple organization tip. Spend a few dollars, get the wall mounting system. You can place the hooks wherever you want them. And another little trick that I'll show you guys, and I'll tell you guys here, what I do is I take a drill bit and I enlarge the holes of most of my brushes so I could fit them onto these hooks. So you could do it with a step bit or like a 1/2-inch drill bit. Just be careful. This particular tire brush is from the Detailer's Choice. I've had this thing for years. I got a couple of these. And when you're done, clean it out and just throw it right back on the rack. And next time you need it, it's going to be there. Same thing with the longer brush here. Just go over to the wall, pull it out. When you're done, just put it back. So you don't have to have these things laying around in a bucket. You don't have to lose them, get them on the floor. Just keep everything on the wall or contained in a cabinet, and that's going to keep everything safe. So that's the storage solution that I recommend for you guys. Get yourself a real hose reel. Get yourself the wall-mounted rack. Get these aluminum containment systems. These things are incredible. They just work. They're very simple, easy to clean. If you don't like the aluminum finish, go spray paint them or send them out to get powder coated, whatever you want. But made in America, no junk. I don't believe in buying cheap junk because it's not going to last. So these things will last you a lifetime. They're all TIG welded and good to go. So that's that portion of this video. Let's keep going, and I'll talk a little bit about more stuff that we're going to get through today. I have my 3-gallon bucket with a couple of microfibers that I used yesterday, soaking in some water and some Greer's Garage microfiber cleaner. I have the Meguiar's Grit Guard. These things have been soaking for a few hours. I'm going to wring them out by hand and then use the industrial wringer that's locked into the jaw horse to thoroughly wring them out. And this will give you another option of cleaning microfibers if you don't want to do laundry and do them downstairs in your laundry room. This just makes it a little bit easier. Let me just show you. So we'll take the towel, wring it out. And you put 1 foot through the front foot of the jaw horse. I usually fold these in half. These are the cheap microfibers. And then you just roll it out as I show you. This towel right now is 90% dry. Then you could fold it again because you could adjust how much tension is on these rollers. And that's it. So this towel is dry, it's clean, it's got any residue that's taken out of it. You could throw this on a towel rack or hang these up on a hook somewhere in your garage and use it next time. So we're going to put that to the side. This is just for demonstration purposes. This is the Grio's Garage PFM. It's a little bit thicker. So we'll wring this one out by hand. Fold it in half like I show you. You're going to want to guide it. And you guys can see everything that's coming out. You pull it out from the other end. So I usually do them a couple of times and then we hang dry them. And you can see these things are great. So if you guys don't want to get a jaw horse, that's fine. You could buy an industrial ringer that could bolt to the wall if you have wall space. I don't have wall space in my garage. And it has a basin under it. So you can wring out your towels and it's going to go into a basin, and then it comes with a tube, a drain tube that you could put into a bucket or whatever. So for me, I don't have the wall space. Some of you guys don't as well. Take the industrial ringer, disassemble it. I welded a bracket to mine, lock it in the jaw horse. When you're done, click it, like I'll show you here. And that's it. You take it away, you put it on your shelf, put it in a cabinet, whatever you want to do, or you could just leave it in there. That is the Rockwell jaw horse and how I use it for auto detailing and towel wringing. Let's move on. All right, guys, so that pretty much goes through everything that I use as far as brushes, sprayers, power washing, wall storage, everything in between. That makes my life a lot easier. That's just the autofanatic way. That's the way I like to do it. Save time, save energy, save effort, and do an exceptional job. Stay tuned to video number 3, where we're going to go into microfiber towels. We're going to go into a couple of other products, storage solutions as well, including polishing tools, rotary tools, and vice versa. I'm going to do another video for you guys on that and show you a little bit about what I use to do work, not only on cars, but on big architectural work and very expensive metal refinishing. So stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe. autofanatic@yahoo.com. See you guys soon for more videos.